Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Okay. Looks like with just a little bit of adjusting, I didn't cut that last little section off. Be right back. Okay, now we need to cut this side off. Okay, we've got a pretty good line here, a little bit of a gap right there, but as we get down here, this ends right there, and I need this to continue down to a point. So what we're gonna do, let's clean up this line a little bit, this little bit of a gap here. I think if I just take that amount out there, it'll do it. Let's see what that looks like. Still a little bit high. Maybe just a little bit out of right here. From about here on. Oh, that looks good. Now, the issue is this doesn't go down far enough. So we need to cut this back a bit in order to get this line to continue down to a point. And I think probably going to be better to start to go with a little bit stronger material and maybe plasma cut this out. Okay, so we're going to just plasma cut this back side off and then probably saw the front side, the arch side, because I don't have steady enough hands to do that by hand. So let's give it a shot. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this. Yeah, maybe. Alright, there's our piece. Let that cool down a little bit, and then we'll put it in the jigsaw and just take our time and cut that line. All right, we got it, but there's a couple of places in here that the blade wandered a bit. So we're going to have to take and smooth this whole thing down in order to get a good line. Okay, so we've got this nice curve going, and I blew through in a bunch of little places, so we came back in with the TIG and TIGged it back in. And I don't think I'm going to come back and machine this. I'm just going to grind it down and get all the welds smoothed out, and then grind the whole thing, you know, get a kind of a grind pattern going. But we've got this point right here that needs to be resolved, and that's what we're going to work on right now. So what I've done, instead of using the tracer attachment, I've just set up my compound, and we're going to go ahead and come in and cut. And I've set the compound up fairly even with this this shape here. So let's just go in and see if we can kind of create that finish right in there. All right. Okay, the way I'm seeing it is not quite enough angle, so we're gonna jostle this thing over just a little bit. See if we can get just a couple of more degrees out of it. Let's try that. Okay, something keeps moving on me. What is it? Not that. I don't think this. Looks good though. I think we're going to be able to play with that. What is it though? Maybe. Let's give that a try. Moving. I can see it. head is moving somehow. Oh, well, it's not tight. That's why it's moving. Come on. Okay, that's better. Okay, I think we're going to straighten this out a little bit. It looks like it's a bit lumpy. So, we'll go old school here and drop a... Let's see if we can get this thing to... There we go. So, swing it around. And that's too close. So put back this one up a bit. Bring this one in a bit. Back this one up a bit. How are we looking now? Much better. Still. That's better. Much better. Okay. That didn't take long. Doesn't have to be accurate. This is all visual. Okay. Okay, we've got somewhat of a cone going here. Now what I want to do is come in and blend this whole thing in. And we're going to do that. First thing we're going to do is get something to protect our ways, even though it's pretty funky in there. Okay, we got the whole thing somewhat smoothed out. Now what we want to do is come in and blend this whole thing in so that it looks reasonable. And the way we're going to do that is turn the lathe on and rotate it. All right, that's looking okay. I mean, a couple of spots, but I think we're going to have this powder coated, and I believe the powder coat is going to be able to cover all of that. I think I'm going to go get the bigger grinder. Okay, we got a bigger grinder. We're going to see what we can come up with. Okay, well, this piece I think is done as much as it can do. I'm going to go talk to the powder coat guys and see how many of these gaps I need to fill and then grind back again. But I'm guessing just one or two because powder coat's fairly thick material. And so that was a successful project, and I'm going to try to take some photos of this in place when that happens, and we're going to go out to the job tomorrow and put in 4 or 5 hours assembling this cage. So if I can't do that, then this is Nick Collier checking out. If I can do it, you're going to see either some footage or some photos of where this thing actually is going to land. The cat. Okay, we've got the whole frame pretty well put together, and Jason's going to put the final touches on, and then we go back in, weld the whole thing up. And then we come back in and paint it, and you know, all that stuff. He's just going to tack that in place just so it looks good. And there we go. Yeah, 2 good solid tacks, that's all you need. And that is that. We come back in and weld the whole thing up on Monday, and we're set.